I can stop dancing, I guess, now, right? I was sitting in the background just going, da, 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 da. Because, it's just that lazy Saturday night, just get a little dance on, smooth. I mean, come on now, you guys. If I'm the only one that's dancing, then why aren't you dancing with me? Come on now. It's Saturday night. Slow dance. Anyhow, thank you so much for coming into a lazy Saturday night chat. Maybe it's a little lazy because I'm dancing slow. Maybe not. It's not been a lazy day. I'll say it like that. But I'm ready for things to kind of slow down, take it easy on a Saturday night. It's been such a wonderful week. And but we've just been staying super, super busy as always. So it's nice just to take a break, right? Kind of catch your breath, enjoy being home, relaxing, have your favorite dinner, whatnot, hang out with your favorite peoples, all the good things, right? Well, anyhow, I'm going to see who's in the house. And unfortunately, Restream did not catch it. And I'm thankful to Aunt Lynn for saying something. But the first person in was the beautiful Rebecca Touched by Yarn. And what she said was, I'm surprised I am the first. I thought Joey would be here first. Rebecca, I'm going to give you a high five. You were first. I know Joey's usually in first. And yeah, I'm kind of missing that. But you get to be first. So thank you for being here, Miss Rebecca. And then again, there is my beautiful Aunt Lynn from the official Aunt Lynn, or for the official Ann Lynn Show, not the Aunt Lynn Show. I almost said that. But we are streaming over at the official Ann Lynn Show. So if you are sitting over there, make sure you say hello and tell us where you're joining in from. Thank you for being here. And then next in, we have the beautiful Serena. She says, hello, cousins. Hey, Serena. Hey, Serena. Let's see here. I saw you had a question. I wonder if Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa will be on today. Guess what, Miss Serena? The answer is yes. They will be live tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah, so we'll be looking forward to seeing them tonight. And I know that they do the giveaway wheel. So definitely want to make sure everybody gets over there in time. And the next question, where's Glenda? Right here. I was just in the back dancing, taking it easy, all the things. Oh, and then my big brother, Scott, was here. Hey, Scott. If you guys don't know the story about Scott, you should go back and watch last night's live. For Christmas, I am thinking on getting him some bubble wrap and one of those big hamster wheels. So that way Debbie can like wrap him up with bubble wrap. Like, only thing we need is, Debbie, we need you to just keep his face open because he's got to be able to breathe. Okay. But everywhere, just wrap him up and then like this, and then have the kids put him in the hamster ball. So that way, he can't get hurt, because then he'll just bounce. Boinka, 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 boinka. I love you, big bro. And I'm teasing you. That's what little sisters do. And you are dropping links. So thank you so much. I see that. Let's see here. I was beginning to think that no one was here since I didn't get a response. Oh, well, thank you for being here. Yeah, we were here. Of course, I'm just dancing. I hope you got to dance, Serena, because I was for sure. Oh, my little brother Troy is here. Hey there, y'all, the most beautiful folks. Troy, I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful week. And so thank you for being here. And then the next in was Xander, slides in with 3 cups and 3 bottles of milk. Oh, my goodness. You got your hands full. And hi, 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 hi. I'm so glad you're here, Xander. Thank you so much. I can make the Cubs dance. Well, you should make the Cubs dance because, you got to have fun and dance. I don't know about you, but when my kids were growing up, we used to have like little dances in the living room. And I miss having that with my little kids. They're all grown. They're all adults now, doing their own thing, living their life. And I'm proud of each and every single one of them. But now I get to dance with the littles. So that's fun as a grandma. Let's see here. I'm wondering if anyone can see my chat. We can see you just fine. We can see you. And then, oh, yep, that's right. She doesn't start till 4:45 Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I just get the music going so that way, maybe you could put it on the background, just dance, grab your drink of water, which is what is in here because I'm still finishing my water from the gym. So yeah, so hopefully you got something to drink, got something to eat, and did a little dancing while you were waiting. And yep, thank you. Thanks, Scott. And hi, I think he was dropping your link. And Aunt Lynn was saying hi to everybody. I'm just kind of going through. Oh, there's Mr. Lazy himself, Jesse. Hey, Jesse. And he will be going live as Serena was asking the question, and he will be going live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 5 Central. And then you can do the math from there for whatever time zone you're in, because listen, it's a lazy Saturday night, and my brain is on lazy mode right now, getting ready for the wheel after my show. So, yes. Oh, Cora's in the house. Hey, Cora, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much. You'll still get hurt. Then I'm just going to have to send some Band-Aids with that too. I think maybe we'll have to send some Neosporin and some Band-Aids and some ice packs, some bubble wrap, and a hamster ball. That should do it. Could you just see Sir Grace and Scott out in their hamster balls with the bubble wrap, just kind of like, I don't know. I think that would be funny. It would absolutely be funny to see. Oh, and Becky's here. Hey, Becky, I'm glad you're here. Are you over at the official Ann Lynn Show's page, or are you under Grace and Fire? I'm just curious. And thank you, Jesse. He says, yes, we will be, and fall festing it tonight. Oh, I like the theme. That is awesome. I love themes. It makes it kind of fun, the fall fest and things. I know there's been a lot of fall festivals going on. Oh. He heard me. I think you and Scott, we should get you guys the hamster balls, wrap you guys up in bubble wrap, and then watch you guys. Like, we can have a competition. That would be cool. I mean, we didn't get to do the car race on the ship. So, yeah, hamster ball. Think about it. I know Debbie'd be in on that one. And Serena's dropping her joke. So, what's a cayenne pepper? A ghost pepper. What's Casper's pepper? I meant to say a ghost pepper. That's funny. Anyhow, I have to just take a moment. Now, I don't know if y'all are following Alicia at Country Mama Musings. She didn't ask me to bring this up. She doesn't know I'm talking about her. So if you don't know who Alicia is, where have you been? She is an inspiration. She has been a great supporter of the channel, both for the official Ann Lynn Show and then also Grace and Fire. She has dropped a new video today, and I have to just say, I am incredibly inspired by her. She is on a wellness journey, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because, we don't think about this YouTube community and how inspiring we can be for one another. And I'm watching Alicia go through her journey, and she just recently, she was doing kettlebell swings at her YMCA, and then she switched over to a private gym and hired a trainer, which is something that I personally have done, is I've hired a personal trainer to help me out. And kind of bringing this full circle for me, my health journey started because of Miss Lisa over at Lazy Days Ahead. And I know her husband is in the chat. And so anyhow, if you need some inspiration, both Lisa and Lisa and Alicia. Say that like 5 times. Anyhow, both inspiring women have been on health journeys. And yeah, I just want to drop a little note to her. I was at the gym today and doing my exercises, which is why I'm still working on my water. This has got electrolytes in it, so I'm trying to recover from it. And so anyhow, yeah, I was just thinking, we have such a really cool community. And oh, is she in the kitchen listening? Well, you have to just tell her, oh, I'm going to say it. Miss Lisa is my inspiration. And when I first started out on my journey, I had looked, I'll be honest with you, I was doing all the right things, eating the healthy foods, exercising, doing all the things. And then I had some medical conditions that popped up in the meantime, and the weight was just not moving. And in the meantime, I'm watching Miss Lisa on her health journey, and I reached out to her and started talking to her about what she was doing. And she did go on to a medicine that I went on to, which I'm going to spell it out. It's S-A as an apple, X-E-N-D-A. So anyhow, it's called Saxenda, and it's a GLP-1. And then, of course, she switched over to Manjaro. And listen, Lisa, I said it right, Manjaro. Anyhow, because I used to call it Manjaro. But anyhow, and then I ended up on Zepbound. And as of this week, I am down officially 65 pounds. And I'm still not done. I'm still on this health journey. My trainer made a comment today, or not today, excuse me, on Wednesday. He said, Glenda, do you know that your muscles are popping out in the gym when you're lifting the weights? And I'm like, no, because all I can see is this. I can't see that. And because when you're working out, you're not thinking, but all I see is this hanging. So I asked Sir Grace to do this video for me of this exercise because I want to make sure that posture is correct. I don't hurt myself. And I was looking at it and I went, oh my gosh, my trainer was right. My muscles are popping out. Yes. Yes. Now if I can get rid of the grandma goodbye thing. Anyhow, all this said, if you need some inspiration for a health journey, I'm going to send you to Miss Lisa, and I'm going to send you to Alicia over at Country Mama Musings. Go check out Alicia's video today. She just looks so much stronger, so much healthier. She, it's no secret she's battling, or she's deals with diabetes, and that has been her journey. She had a very major health scare, no secret. That's actually on one of her videos, and her provider put her on Manjaro, and she started out with her exercising, and so I was watching her do kettlebell swings. And I messaged her and I said, I noticed that your posture is getting better. I was watching her challenge and I could see her pulling her shoulders back and doing the kettlebell swing. I get worried when I watch people doing exercising because I have hurt myself so much in the gym that posture has become a big thing for me to pay attention. And so I made a comment to Alicia. I said, I'm not, you know how people are trolling. I'm not one of those people, but I just want to tell you, I'm so proud of you because I noticed your shoulders are coming back and your posture is getting better. And she dropped the video today and she talks about her posture, and there's proof in the pudding. Her posture is so much better. And she shows a scan that her trainer had done and the changes that have been made since she started with the trainer and doing her exercises properly. So anyhow, I'm just saying, I just feel so blessed today. I went to the gym and all I kept thinking about was the beautiful Miss Lisa and the beautiful Alicia. And I'm like, man, how honored am I to have these two incredible women to be an inspiration. And I'm getting my health in check. My labs have all come back normal for the first time. Everything's looking good. Just all the positive things. So, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be on Zepbound much longer. It looks like I'm going to have to come off of it pretty soon due to insurance reasons. But that's okay. That's fine. It is what it is. If that's what happens, that's what happens. It was never meant to be a crutch for the rest of my life. It was to get me started and to get the changes going. And yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm proud of myself. But sometimes you need that good community to back you up. And I just want to just tell you, there's a couple of people, if you're thinking on going down this journey, I will say that if you do a GLP-1, be prepared for people to give you pushback. And it will be people that could be close to you, and it could be people you never expected to give you pushback. Because I actually had not my trainer, but another trainer give me some serious pushback. And I thought, you messed with the wrong girl. There's a little fire in me, and I put her in her place. But be prepared for that. That's something I don't think people talk a whole lot about, but you've got to do what's best for you. And if you don't do a GLP-1 and you still just want to eat healthier, better, good foods, that's okay too. Do it. I'm not cheering you on. So anyhow, but I'm blessed to be a part of this community. I don't want to make that so clear, but 65 pounds down. And yeah, I've got probably another 30 more to go, and I'll be there, because that's my goal. So anyhow, let me go back, because I started talking, rambling on. Oh, Lillian's here. Hey, Lillian, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, good. The hearts are working. Yay. Oh, thank you so much, Xander. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Nobody said muscles can't grow up and down, Glenda. I know. I need them to kind of like start working down here. Like I got the grandma wings going on. So it is what it is. Deb starts her journey after the antibiotics. I'm going to cheer that girl on. I know she can do this. One step at a time, make little changes. Don't jump into it all at once. But yeah, I'm going to share. I'm going to back her up. She's part of a community. She may not have a YouTube channel, but she's part of a community that's going to go girl, go girl, go girl. So just saying. Tosses Lily an X. Oh, because the Xander. Oh, and Jesse's dropping links. Thank you so much, Jesse. Oh, sorry, Xander, fat fingers here. That's okay. That's okay. Sometimes it's autocorrect. A lot of times, like, I'll say something and autocorrect comes up with a new sentence. And yeah, that's a lot of fun. My bonus daughter, I told her when she first joined our family, I said, I hate texting. I hate it with a passion. This goes with like typing in chat. I'm not good at like the little, I like having conversation with people. So anyhow, so one time I sent this text message and autocorrect completely changed the whole meaning. And it was her job to decipher. And that's what I told her. I said, it's your job to decipher what this actually is about. But it's nothing ever mean. It's not anything mean. And if you get a laugh out of it, good. I'm glad, because I hate texting. And sometimes you got to laugh because, if you're going to go pick up French fries from McDonald's, it might be that you're going to go down to the Olive Garden and get breadsticks. Who knows? I mean, it is what it is, right? GLP-1 is the one lots of folks are losing weight with. Exactly. Yeah, we are. And it's really helped to kickstart it. Like I said, I was eating a high protein diet. I was exercising. I was eating all the right things. Weight was not coming off. It just wasn't budging. Plus, and I'll be honest here, I'm the kind of person that thinks about food all day, every day. And if I know that I have something sweet in the cabinet, I hide it and then I'll eat it. And I don't eat it just like a little bit. I'll eat it in excess. That's who I am. So, the intrusive thoughts are really, it's a real thing. And so, I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. I am concerned about coming off of the GLP-1. I'm hoping those intrusive thoughts don't come back. But I've quit eating sugar products, other than like I'll have some honey or stevia. And the stevia is typically the stevia that I've grown because I'm putting it in tea. So I've made those changes, and I figure if I can just stay away from sweet, since I've got that out of my, I just don't eat it anymore. It kind of makes me sick. So if I just don't pick it back up, I'm hoping to stay away. And then I've also taken out some foods that I think were causing inflammation. Sir Grace and I have been talking a lot about this lately. I love tomatoes. I love tomatoes. Love tomatoes. I did an allergy test years ago, and it actually showed that I was allergic to tomatoes and tomato products. And so I've switched to yellow tomatoes, which are low acidic. I also have reflux. So, by switching, I actually feel better. And I gave up things like ketchup. Believe it or not, Ann Lynn, I don't even know if I've told you that. I've given up ketchup completely. I don't eat mustard. So if I go get a burger, no ketchup or mustard. And I actually feel better. And I gave up milk. Oh gosh, it's been 10 years ago, and I feel so much better. I think trying to figure out what some of the things that were causing me inflammation has helped as well. So, it is what it is, Oh, thank you, big brother. That means the world to me. I mean, honestly, I mean that. And I'm still going to send you bubble wrap and a hamster ball because I love you and you're my big brother. Anyhow, slow and steady in the health department is better for the body than speedy. It sticks longer. Exactly. Let's see here. So I started the GLP-1 2 years ago is when I started. And yeah, just is what it is. Hey, I got to decipher my dad's text. He knows how much I hate texting. Sir Grace does. And Papa Sir Grace, I guess we're going to call him Papa. You get a laugh out of his because he's using Siri. And I mean, it's our job to figure out what he means. He always has a good heart. We know that. But yeah, if you want a good laugh, you read Papa Sir Grace's text messages, and then you come over to Glenda's and read mine too, because I'm equally as funny too. Just saying. Weird. I hit the like button on my TV, but it didn't change the number of likes on my iPad for some reason. I've been able to hit the like button on the iPad, only replays. Oh, that's okay. Thank you for trying, Serena. I appreciate it. I know that sometimes the TVs are a little different. Yeah, so it's okay. I appreciate it. Thank you for hitting the like button. My mother is not allowed to use autocorrect because when she texts, it shortens everything to that teen type texting. And I'm sitting here going, what are you talking about, woman? Well, I have to tell you, one of the things that I didn't know is, so this is a generational thing. I'm a Gen Xer. And so what is it? Is it a Gen Z? I think is what is here. So I have a millennial, and then I think it's Gen Z, if I'm correct. Anyhow, my youngest kiddo told me a long time ago, he said, Mom, we don't use punctuation when we text. And I'm going, okay. We use punctuation when we write sentences. That's proper English. And he said, nope, we don't do it. And so he said, we use emojis and we don't use punctuation. And I said, okay. So he grabs a hold of my phone and he goes, this is how it's read. Son, I need you to get over here right now. And instead of, could you please come over? That's how it read out. And I'm like, all I said was, could you please come over here? And you're reading it, son, get over here right now. And it's funny. He had me on the floor laughing. And I didn't realize that there was such a difference in the way that our generations communicate with one another. Because I'm over here sitting here going, dun, 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 and he's interpreting us. Let me just say, if you have a Gen Zer, have them read your text message out loud. You might get a laugh out of it. At least I did. But now he's also the kid that I handed a picture. Well, I showed him a picture of some 110 film, if you guys remember what the cameras were, and you put the 110 film. And I sat there and I said, what do you think this is? And he couldn't figure it out. That was funny. That was hysterical. I've been having issues with YouTube lately. I think there's been some issues. Yesterday, I couldn't play any, like I was trying to go through some of the videos from people that I subscribe to, trying to get them up just to play, and I couldn't get them to play. And I thought maybe it was my internet, and it wasn't. So I don't know. Something happened yesterday with YouTube. So I don't know. Videos won't play, thumbs up won't count on the other issues. Yeah. See, I'm not sure. Yeah. You're not alone. I'm a sugar alcoholic. Hi, my name is Glenda. Before I don't eat it now, but before the weight loss and before the lifestyle changes, hi, my name is Glenda. I'm a sugar addict. I mean, I'm not going to lie about it. The things that I used to eat, oh my goodness. I'm not going to lie about that one. I wondered if it was a YouTube issue. I think it is. I absolutely think it is. Poor tomatoes. I know. I love tomatoes. Tomatoes don't love me. Yeah, you didn't know that I gave up ketchup? Yeah. It bothered me. Most milk issues are caused by pasteurizing of the milk. Drink whole milk, and if that still causes issues, switch to raw milk. Yep, I believe that too. And then let me think how I want to say this. Do your research. I'll say it like that. Do your research. Some people will drink low pasteurized or unpasteurized milk and have no problems with it, but do your research. I'm not going to suggest that you do that. I've just heard that that helps some people too. Sir Grace's texts are a blast. Yes, they are. They are. However, mine are worse. And I've caught a couple of them. And I'm like, oopsie. Then I'm really good at butt dialing people too. That's the other thing. That's my specialty. It actually happened today to Alicia over at Country Mama Musings. I butt dialed her, and she's like, "Can we talk later?" And I'm like, "Nope, it's a butt dial. We can talk, but it's a butt dial. I'm sorry." I was so embarrassed, And sometimes my car likes to call people too, and I'll say, call the mobile number for mom. And then it'll end up being Aunt Lynn. Yeah, I don't understand it. Is what it is, right? What is faster moving where it's pasteurized, right? Let's see. Oh, Cynthia's here. Hey, Cynthia. Good evening from the Netherlands, y'all. Hey, Cynthia. Have you had dinner yet? I'm sitting here smelling my dinner. We're going to have taco salad, Aunt Lynn. I'm just saying. That's what I'm craving, taco salad. So, yeah, I can smell the hamburger right now. Is that your response to my milk or joke or something? Is that your response to my milk? Huh? Oh, ack. Oh, probably something I said. It's probably something I said. Oh, yeah. No, Serena. Yeah. No. It's probably me. He's probably talking to me, Serena. You're good. It was the text comment. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was always taught, don't put it in all caps because that is yelling. Now punctuation is yelling. Weird, right? You heard our youngest kid read a text message out loud. You know how bad that punctuation is, like screaming at somebody. I get excited, and I feel bad, but I'm going to use exclamation. And if you don't like it, then oh well. And if you're reading it in the bad sense, that's on you, Bubba. I'm over here sitting here going, whoop, 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 cheering people on. If you think it's a negative over little punctuation, that's a you problem. That's a you problem. Every 2 days, I have been harvesting 100 mini spoon tomatoes. Oh, those are so cool. I don't eat the mini spoon tomatoes, but I actually have some out in the garden right now. I don't think they're going to last past this weekend because it looks like we're going to dip into the 30s. So, hey, Sir Grace, by the way, those yellow cherry tomatoes, if you don't mind. We had to talk about that, but he knows what I'm talking about. Anyhow, I don't use them, or I don't eat the mini spoon tomatoes, but I'll tell you what I do with them. I use them in floral arrangements. And I like it whenever those tomato plants grow kind of like in weird shapes, because when you get a vase and you're just putting in your flowers in, I mean, okay, great. Your store-bought flowers, they all kind of go upright, but I like things to kind of like swoop and swirl and just look really cool. And spoon tomatoes are really pretty in floral arrangements. Yes, with the tomatoes on them, vines and everything. And that's what I use those for. But I know a lot of people who eat them, and there's nothing wrong with eating them. I just think they're really pretty in floral arrangements. Um, I use them, and then I have a magnolia tree and the suckers. I'm always dealing with having to cut suckers off that magnolia tree. So when I need to go clean that up, I'll use like the leaves from the suckers and put those into floral arrangements. Um, and then I also use basil in floral arrangements. It makes it smell really nice. And it also gives it a really cool texture, especially if you grow cinnamon basil, which is another really cool one to put in floral arrangements. Just a thought. Glenda, now I know why my nephews don't want to message me back, and they look surprised when I punch them in the shoulder when they come in. Right? Texting, like, I mean, I think you're, well, if you're not a Gen X or you're a millennial, like an older millennial. And so, yeah, we had to use punctuation back in the day. Just saying. It's kind of one of those things. It's funny to hear the younger kids talk about that. My biggest harvest was 153 or 163 mini spoon tomatoes. Oh my gosh, what do you do with your spoon tomatoes? Like, what kind of recipes are you putting them into? Because I think it's really cool. There's nothing wrong with eating it. I just don't eat mine. They're so tiny. And if you don't know what a spoon tomato is, I mean, like they are really like tip of my pinky tiny. I had never seen them before until about 10 years ago. My neighbor had a plant, and now of course he ate his spoon tomatoes. He liked them. He said they bursted in flavor. I just never did, because if I'm gonna have tomatoes, I want either like Cherokee purple, which I can't eat a whole lot. I still grow it, but I can't eat it a lot. Or I like the Dr. Witchy's yellow tomato, and then the pear yellows, and then there's a sunburst one that's an orange that I like to eat. Yeah. But anyhow, so he introduced me to those spoon tomatoes, and then he gave me some seeds, and then I grew them, and then I fell in love with them, but just for the floral arrangement. Now my chickens, they will eat them, and I'm okay with that. My chickens can eat anything in the garden that they want. It's really big, and quite frankly, they give me eggs. So if my eggs are going to be a little bit more healthier, then so be it. I'm okay with that. So my chickens get free range. I know that they can destroy a garden if they had full access, but you have to remember my chickens don't get to free range except for under supervision, and that's when I'm standing outside. The number one predator of chickens in a subdivision is your family dog. So I won't let my girls out unless I'm outside with them. So it is what it is. We also had to learn cursive. Now the kids are not taught that. I know, it's interesting. Sir Grace and I know this one because we had our kids go to British school systems. And one of the things that I notice that's different than American school systems is that they teach them cursive writing, or at least they did back in the day. I don't know where it's at today. They taught them cursive before they taught them to print. And they taught them phonics before they told them that it was ABC. They knew the phonics A, B, K, E, D, F. That's how that they knew. So it was to the point that all three of my kids were ahead in reading, coming back into the American school systems. but my youngest, because they all started, back up. So in England, it's like the equivalent of kindergarten when they're about 3.5 years old. So that's when kids start school. So they're already a year and a half ahead of the time. So all three of them went to British school systems. When we came back to the United States, my youngest was going into kindergarten, and he missed like the first month of kindergarten in the US because we were still over in England. And I remember his kindergarten teacher calling me up and telling me she wanted to have a parent teacher conference. I'm like, fine, I'll come in. So I sat in there, and she was so upset with him because he didn't know A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I said, that's because he knows at, but, cut, at, det, if, keep going. He knows phonics. And we couldn't get it into her thick skull that he learned phonics before he learned ABC. He never had that opportunity, like to fully, like he was still working on that one, but he could read and he could do the phonics. And we ended up having to get a counselor to mediate the situation. And the counselor said, the British school systems teach reading before they teach what the actual letter is. And I'm like, I kept trying to tell her that, but she didn't quite get it. But yeah, she finally just kind of had to back down and work with him. Again, don't mess with this mama because, I can come across as pretty strong, but yeah, it's interesting the differences in the different school systems. So anyhow, yeah, but the kids knew how to write in cursive too before they knew how to print. So anyhow, free food for the chickens. It works. Exactly. And I don't know if your chickens are going crazy right now, but the crickets and the grasshoppers are like everywhere. And the little chicken snacks, mice. Chicken snacks. But anyhow, my hens are going crazy over the crickets and the grasshoppers right now. It's fun to watch the girls. Just hysterical. Yeah, because they had to walk down the road. Exactly. Yep. Let's see here. I thought I only had one mini spoon tomato plant in my raised bed, which is the biggest tomato producer. But turns out I had 3 more in a fabric pot. I wonder if maybe a bird ate some of the tomatoes and it moved. Sometimes that happens. Hey, that's bonus food is what I say. The ones in the pot aren't nearly as big as the ones in the raised bed. Okay. Let's see here. Not anymore. It went away for many years, but next year they're bringing it back. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, things change. I just know what my kids went through for school. I have to say, though, it really put my kids ahead of the game. And then we had our kids in a charter school. I know that's controversial, but whatever. We had our kids in a charter school. And when we moved to Indiana, my oldest had Algebra 1 done in middle school, and they didn't want to recognize her credit for that one. And one of the other local schools, I went and had a conversation with the counselor, and they said, well, there's nothing we can do. She's going to have to take Algebra 1 again. I'm like, she had it in 7th grade. It's done. Why would you make her do it again? It's done. And so then we went to a different school system, and they said, oh, it's just the state testing, and we'll go ahead and put her in Algebra 2, and then we'll test her out in December. And that's what they did. And she got her credit. But yeah, I believe in the charter school systems too. Good charter schools. No, you got to do some investigation. But we had our kids in math and science schools and that kind of, well, the older ones. But yeah, I believe in that too. My Dean Havey cherry tomato plant has a lot of tomatoes on it, and I harvested for you. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. The tomatoes are dark golden yellow. Oh, that's awesome. I have some orange ones that I like to eat. I think I'm going to save the seeds for next year. Went away for several years and they're bringing back next year. I think he's talking about the way that the school systems are with starting cursive. The things that are taught in the US versus UK or Italy is vastly different. My sisters were teaching their kids differently as well before they went into kindergarten. It's been a struggle with all 10 kids. Oh my gosh. Imagine. Yeah, because schools are completely different overseas. You don't realize it until you actually put your kids in it and then you see what it's like. The two youngest that went into kindergarten last year, okay, and the last three we know what to do with. Oh, that's awesome. Let's see here. I'm not home. I have no idea what the chickens are snacking on. When I get home, though, we are chopping up the 10 roosters and 6 older hens. We haven't had mice from the backyard in years. I know. Chickens, that like I call that the chicken snacks. I call that, oh, I know what you meant now from the backyard years now. I know what you meant. You're fine, Alexander. Let's see. If my family let me put the chickens in a chicken run in the front yard, we wouldn't have mice from the front yard either. Yeah, I think that would be awesome. I mean, if you could put them up front. I wish we could legally own chickens. We cannot. I own chickens legally, and yes, I've been turned into my city. There is some, they've kind of started kind of half letting people, but it's on a very individual basis, but it's not still in our city ordinances. It's kind of hard to explain it out. So, yeah, so I wish that they would let chickens come in. I get so frustrated with our city ordinances because I'm like, you can have dogs barking 24/7. Goodness. Sir Grace's puppy, when he's off duty, he's DOG and barks really loud and all night long too. If we was outside and his little friend was outside, he'd be barking, "Hey, best friend!" He's a dog friend that's about the same age, and they like to talk to one another. But anyhow, yeah, I get so frustrated with all of the city ordinances. They're dirty, they're stinky, they're smelly, they're loud, they blah blah blah, and I'm like, well, yeah, you can have a dog, or you're a human being, and some human beings are not very clean either. So there is that. But I don't know. I get frustrated with our city ordinances. You said dipping into the 30s. I'd be happy getting out of the 60s. Oh, girl, we're getting ready to get a cold front to push through right now, and yeah, it's going to be cold here. They're starting to turn blind eyes. No pun intended to you, Sir Grace. Oh, do the puns. Do the puns. Sir Grace is probably listening in, and I'm going to tell a story. So, Sir Grace's vision is due to a brain injury, and he has some vision, but the way that it fluctuates, the doctors had said he's legally blind. So, he's legally blind. Okay. So, anyhow, one day I had to take a package into Staples, and of course I drove. He doesn't have a license. He turned his license in. So I'm in Staples dropping off a package. I come out. He's sitting in the driver's seat, and I'm like, and he's got the guide stick hanging out the window, folks. And he goes, "Where you want to go, Glenda?" Pun intended. Yeah. And then one time, a friend of ours, he's retired, but at the time he was Indiana State cop. And he went up to him and he said, "Hey, I think I want to become a police officer. What do you think?" And he had a poker face. And our friend didn't really know how to take it. And he stood there and had his little cop face on. And he's standing there and he goes, "Sir Grace, half of them are blind anyhow. Just come on." And he started laughing. He goes, "There's Braille on the stop signs and there's Braille on the stop lights. And we could just use my guide stick and thunk people breaking the law." Thunk, 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 thunk. So the moral of the story is, if you're dealt a bad deck of cards in life, find the humor in it, because you live life once. And if you can't laugh, then maybe you need to find something to laugh at. So puns are okay. And I know Sir Grace would laugh too. So go for it. Go for it. Serena said, tonight's low temperature is supposed to be 48 with wind chills 40 to 45 degrees in central Oklahoma. Wow. You guys are getting cool. I know we're dipping into the 30s. I couldn't tell you what. We're getting a thunderstorm, and it's going to rip through here. And so we need the rain. And I'm thankful for that. I have bought, and I'm working on a garden bed, and Scott's gotten to see it because I'm always working on it. I'm putting in a living fence, so that way we could have some privacy. And I've been hitting up the clearance section. I know Scott, he's going to be like, stay away, stay away. But anyhow, I've been hitting up the clearance section at Lowe's and Home Depot because, quite frankly, everything's starting to go dormant, and they are, they're knocking the prices down $2 and $3 for a perennial that could be like, $10 or $15. Who's going to say no to that kind of price if you're trying to build something? So anyhow, I've been like going to Lowe's and Home Depot looking for things to put in for the living garden, because quite frankly, it's not about what it'll look like this year, but in the years going forward. And I've also been dividing up perennials just in different parts of the property, like things like peonies. I've done some elephant ears that way, some echinacea I've done that way, just to name a few, and have been putting it all in the ground. And I've been having to water everything. So this rain that we're getting is a welcome, and the fact that the temperatures are going to cool down is going to welcome, because it's welcoming to me, because that means I don't have to go out there and water all this stuff, because it's been really dry, which is normal for us this time of year. It's normal. So anyhow, I am excited for the rain and all the things. But yeah, that's my little tip. If you've got a garden or you're thinking about getting a garden, go hit up your local big box store, Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever. Maybe you have a Menards. I'm trying to think what else, Tractor Supply, whatever, and look for those perennials, because they're marking them down. And quite honestly, they look bad, but the problem is or not the problem, the thing is that they're going dormant. So why not save some money and get what you want that way? Just my little tip, at least in the cold zones, I should say. For sure. Let's see, Era. What is the coldest row in a movie theater? 0. Yep. That's also the sleepy one too, Serena. If you're going to say 0, that's, not only is it 0, Z-E-R-O, but it's a row. So it's a double whammy, right? It's cold and you take a nap because, the temperatures drop. You can go take a nap which is what I do when I go to a movie theater. I'm not a big movie buff. I'm not going to lie about that one. I typically fall asleep in the movie theater. So the movie's got to be that interesting for me to be there. All right, Sir Grace, I was given permission. We blame Glenda. And you're welcome. Here is your piece of paper. And I'm going to write permission. There you go. I wrote it, and there you go. You have permission now. All good. You can blame me. Blame me. Blame me. We got some rain this morning. Don't know how much yet. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I don't know like how much we're expected to get. We'll see. We'll see. I also had we live next to farm fields, and earlier in the spring, I think I may have lost one of my peony bushes that I planted many years ago. It got hit with some, I think, what did they use on it? Herbicide, I think is what it was that they had sprayed. But anyhow, I'm hoping next year it'll come back. I do have, Aunt Lynn knows this, and she's probably lurking in the background. My grandmother, when I was a little girl, planted peonies, and I actually remember her planting these peonies when I was little. She had them in her backyard. And I used to live with my mom and my sisters, and we all lived with my grandma and grandpa for a little bit until we can get a place of our own. But so I was living with my grandparents at that time. And so my grandparents sold their home, of course, they're getting older, can't maintain a home. So they sold it and moved into an apartment. But before they sold it, my uncle went out and dug up a piece of the peony bush, or the whole thing. I'm not sure if it was the whole thing or part of it, and took it to his house, and he had it growing in his backyard. And about, oh gosh, Aunt Lynn, is it 3 or 4 years now? You can chime in. He asked if I wanted some of that peony bush, and of course, I remember my grandmother planting those peonies, and I knew what color they were. And I knew the texture too. And yeah, so anyhow, this year was the first year that they bloomed. And because when you dig up a peony, and you replant it, one of the things, you don't want to bury it too deep, but you do risk getting blooms the following year. And it might take a little bit before they get up and get going, at least on the east end of the United States at minimum. It's how our weather works. But anyhow, so it was really close to the peony bush that I planted, and it kind of scared me. And I'm thinking, I don't want to lose my grandmother's peony bush. Like, I remember my grandmother putting this in the ground. It's sentimental value to me now. And so anyhow, this year I dug it up and I've moved it. So I'm just praying I didn't sacrifice it, and that at least I get green leaves next year. Because if I get green leaves off of it, then I know that I made it, or that it made it through the transition 4 years ago. Yeah. Okay. I was trying to remember how long it's been since I had grandma's, but this year I got the blooms for the first time, and I stood out there and I had a moment. I cried. My grandmother's still here. We still have her. And I'm very blessed to have my grandmother still alive. But I definitely, it's part of your childhood. It's kind of a cool thing to be able to say this was grandma's peony. And so anyhow, and then I ended up with my neighbor who passed away. I ended up with her peony bush too. Somehow I've got all these peonies. So I know where hers is at. I dug it up and I moved it just to keep it protected. So hopefully next year we get green leaves, right? It's funny to see them bark at each other. Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. All the bark. Ba-dum, bum. I don't think I've ever peed on my knees. Well, if you had like a cut, I can hear Sir Grace laughing downstairs. If you have a cut, I believe that your pee is sterile. I don't recommend peeing on your knees, but if you had to sterilize things, there's always a first for everything, Jesse. I'm just saying. I am just saying. I have about 18 Rushmore, 18 or 15 more Roma tomatoes on my plants. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. I think I'm always going to remember the people on the ship that were next to you when I yelled out off the elevator, "There's the lazy people!" And the look I got from the people that don't know you. And you guys just stood there. Hi, just owned it. And I'm over here, it's the lazy people. It was funny. Yeah, but it peed on me. I know. It peed on you. Those pretty pink flowers, those big squishy pink flowers peed on you. We got peonies everywhere now. Just saying. But I also added in some mulberry. I found a mulberry bush. So we're going to grow those. And then we're also going to grow kiwi. That grows in our growing zone, which I'm really excited. I didn't know kiwis grew in our grow zone. I may have to get like an arbor for it because I didn't realize how aggressive it is. So maybe this year we build one. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, and we still have nightmares of that interaction. I think it's funny. I will always laugh about that one. You never know. I may just pop out. There's the lazy people. I finally have 2 brown sugar tomatoes on the plant. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. It looks like I may be canning this year for the first time in 2 years. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I've got to go out there and pick figs Sir Grace. I've been growing figs for a few years, and I will be canning my fig, rosemary, and wine jam. It is good on some brie cheese with some crackers. Mulberries, if not trimmed properly, will grow into trees. Heads up. Well, I got one, and it's got several branches off of it. So I'm going to keep it compact. It says it's a compact one too, so we shall see if it stays compact. But I love mulberries. Mulberry jam is one of my favorites. Now, for those who don't know, mulberries look like blackberries, but they have a very woody earth. It sounds bad, but they got a little bit of a sweetness to them, but like a woody earth flavor. I know it's going to sound like a really weird comparison. If I could say, let's see here, like compare it to wine. I know that's awful. Here we go. This is where my brain goes. So like there are sweet wines, like you'll have like a Concord grape. Well, not Concord grape. Let me think. A strawberry wine. Let's say strawberry wine. And it's super sweet. Super, super, super sweet. And your dry wines typically are in an oak barrel, and you taste the oak off of it, like in the dry wines. Mulberries are kind of like the dry wine, I guess. And then raspberries would be more like your sweet wines, because you can have raspberry wine too. It's good. So anyhow, but mulberries are just really good, but I like them in jam. So I'm hoping it probably won't be next year, but I'm hoping in a couple of years to get some of those. And then I'm also growing nectarines, which I love some good nectarines. So I'm hoping I'll get some. My neighbor has a nectarine tree, and I know you need like a pollinator, and I think we're pretty close enough to where I'll be able to get nectarines. I was told a cherry tree won't have cherries on it. We've had cherries on it for 12 years now. Wow. I tried growing a cherry tree, and it just didn't take. It just didn't take. All right, you guys. I'm going to scooch off here because I want to go grab my dinner because I can smell it, and get ready for Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, because they're following up right after I am live. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say it here and say it now. I will not be live next weekend. We are, let me think how I want to say this. We are going to have a big family life event happen. Life family event. Something to celebrate next weekend. And I can't say anything right here and right now, but it's a great thing. It's a great thing that's happening. And so next Saturday, I will be caught up in all the goodness. And so please don't worry. Everything is good. Celebrations, life, and I'll share it with you guys what that news is after next weekend. So anyhow, I will see you guys in 2 weeks, and be kind to one another. You just don't know what somebody's going through, except for the fact that we're going to be doing this. All right, you guys, go grab something to eat. Go grab your dinner. Get ready for the lazy people. Bye.